Summit Show. I am, of course, your fearless host, Logan Summit, and you are not. We just had the opportunity to talk to Bridges, Zachary, Tomlinson, and now we are going to check in once again with our very first on this show. After 3 weeks of being on Millions.co, our very first returning fighter. His name is Seth Case. What's up, Seth? How you doing, my friend? So, Seth, here we are. You're in Arkansas doing your thing. You just had a fight. It did not go the way you wanted it to. Talk to me about the fight and where your head's at as a fighter right now.
I thought it was a great fight. Zach was a great fighter. He had the same thing I told you last time. I just got to work on my ground game.
Yeah.
Some takedowns and just keep going. I mean, I'm gonna have more fights. So.
Yeah, no, he said you have a bright future. And he said, like all of us, we have all got something to work on, and that being the case. Now, he also said one of the first things that you did right out of the gates was kick him in the ribs. Did you know that he had a satellite dislocated rib action going on over there?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Which is why he's sitting out until September for Real Deal Championship 22 in September. And he said he'd be very much interested in fighting you again. And he had mentioned that. Do you have any interest in getting back in a ring with or a cage with him?
Oh yeah, we talked. I think right after he got his hand raised, we hugged. And he said something about rematch, and I told him I was 100% down.
Well, he was just literally a few minutes ago talking about that as well. So maybe that's something we'll see out of Real Deal Championship 22. I mean, only time will tell. But it was a good fight. And he said he had basically dislocated a rib, said he had kept it quiet, didn't want to pull out of the fight because as we've talked about, especially at this point in all of your careers, pulling out of a fight is not an effective form of contraception. It's not going to get you more fights is what I'm getting at, girls and boys. Now, moving forward, you said you're walking around right now at 150. What was the first thing you ate after the fight was done, bro?
I want to say sushi.
Yeah, all right. With white rice, no brown rice. Because sometimes I've seen fighters eat sushi while training, and they always have that brown rice. And I'm like, no, man, God. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
No, God, please, no.
You didn't just take down a whole sleeve of Oreo cookies or anything like that?
I made these like homemade, like they got oats and peanut butter, and like I made homemade those. I munched down on those after the fight.
That sounds good. So are they cooked, or when you say oats and peanut butter, are they like peanut butter rolled in oats and other stuff, or are they like a cookie of some sort?
Yeah, it's that powdered peanut butter you can get.
Yeah.
And I'll put some water, mix it up with oats, and I'll put like either chocolate chips or M&Ms or whatever, and just throw it in the fridge.
All right. Now, did you put both chocolate chips and M&Ms in this batch?
I think some of them did.
Yeah, you did. Living on the edge. Just getting crazy over there, Seth. Now, are you looking towards the next fight besides, I mean, obviously we've already talked about Bridges and maybe seeing a return to that match in September at Real Deal Championship 22. Is there anybody else in that purview that you're looking at, thinking to yourself, I want to get in a cage with them?
I'll fight. I don't have anybody in mind, really. I'll fight, you know what I mean? I don't really pick my fighters. Just how it happens, you know what I mean? Because I'm so early in the fight, you know what I mean? I'll take whatever I can get, so.
Yeah, I have a lot of fighter friends that always say I try to stay 100% ready 99% of the time. And I'm like, well, because it makes it hard to go on and have like me, like, yo, you want to go do Korean barbecue? No, bro, I can't do that, man. Yo, you want to go do the tacos? No, bro, I can't do that, man. What? And then it'll be like, yo, you want to come back to my place and eat a bison steak? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that, man. I'm down with that. I'm totally down with a bison steak. But you've been so right now. You're coming off of a 2-loss streak. We already talked about what you got to do. We've already talked about what that takes. I mean, the last time it's no different than this time. Although this time it was a decision, so you got to see it all the way through to the end. And he said it was a good fight. You said it was a good fight. And you just need to work on your ground game. So when you got back into the gym and you talked to your coaches, what was the first thing you were like, yo, we got to do this?
Exactly what I said to you. Just work on my ground game.
And what particular part of it is obviously overall, but is there something that during the fight or during the last couple of fights you clearly went, all right, that's a gap that I need to contain?
My takedown defense. That's really the only, because once I'm on the ground, I can move. You know what I mean? But it's defending the takedowns.
Sprawl early and often. It's especially if you go up against a great wrestler or somebody who's wrestled to the state championships in high school or college, or made it to All-American in college. It's a different ball game, and wrestling tends to be a lot of the basis for where the ground game in MMA works off of. So you need to have a base camp in wrestling, and it's not wrestling. There ain't no chairs being thrown around here, kids. This is real wrestling. Do you regret maybe not doing that earlier?
Yeah, all through. I mean, I had chances to wrestle through.
Mm-hmm.
I just never. I just never really got into it. I guess. I mean, I don't know how it's any different from wrestling when I practice, but I mean, I just could never get enjoy it, or you know what I mean.
I got to tell you, I wrestled in high school, and there wasn't anything enjoyable about it. I had a coach that was demanding and terrible. He used to whip keys at us if we were doing something wrong. And I don't mean like a set of 2 keys or whatever. I mean like a baseball, softball size set of keys that he would throw around. And he was just scary, and cutting weight in high school was terrible. There wasn't anything fun about that. Nothing like sitting down to lunch at the table and eating a bagel with nothing on it. Just a bagel for lunch. And everybody's looking at you like, what are you doing? And they're like, this is my lunch. Shut up. All right.
They don't understand it.
They don't. And we were just talking to Bridges about this. I'll never forget the look on my dad's face when he came into my room, and I had the thermostat cranked all the way up, and I was running in a circle, and I had like 3 pairs of sweatpants on, and then the ultimate end game. After the sweatpants, what do you got to put on? Trash bags with duct tape, baby. Oh, yeah, just running around in a circle. My dad just came in and he said, this sport. That's crazy, man. And he just walked out of my room. But it's one of those things you got to do. And, wrestlers probably have a better grasp on weight cut as well, because that's nothing. If you play any other sport besides combat sports, there's no one asking you to make weight. In football, they're like, hey, can you eat this full ham before you go on the field? We could use like another 15 pounds on you, please.
Yeah. That's what I got told all through high school is, hey, can you gain this much weight? Can you eat this, eat that, you know what I mean?
And it's crazy. And then you get into the combat sport and they're like, no. I need you. If you can eat it, I don't need you to. No, if it doesn't go through a straw, it doesn't go into your body, sir. All right. So moving forward, we've got Real Deal Championship down there in Arkansas. You've been fighting exclusively with them and Attitude MMA for quite a little while now. That's a big. Is Real Deal the real deal in Arkansas? Like, are they where you go to get it done?
Yeah.
Because there can't be that many fight leagues out of Arkansas, correct?
No, there was Pyramid, but that's over with. So I'm pretty sure Real Deal's the only big organization around here.
All right, and I talked to Bridges about this, and I want to ask you about it since you and Bridges were fighting for a belt the last time you got in the ring on May 10th. How do you feel about this heat that John Jones has created for himself in the UFC, and already garnered over 100,000 signatures in a few days' time for him to vacate the belt? Do you think he should vacate the belt, or do you think this is all just drama blown out of proportion?
I really don't. You know what I mean? To me, I know it's kind of I'm funny because I'm a fighter, but I really don't watch UFC. Like I played football, never really. I mean, I guess when I tell people that, it's you know what I mean. They kind of look at me funny, but I just really.
That's okay. From now on, just tell everybody you're too self-absorbed to watch anybody else do anything. When they ask you what you watch, go, I watch re-recordings of my fights 24 hours a day. I'm watching tape on my fighters. I'm watching myself. I'm trying to get better. I got no room for television, baby. We're not even getting involved in that. All right. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to 5 questions without further ado. It's time. Let's time for 5 questions. And what I did, by the way, Seth, since you are our first returning fighter, congratulations for being back. I appreciate you coming back to say hi. I took your last questions, the last questions I asked you, and I kind of flipped them around, kind of changed up the script a little bit on those. All right. So I'm going to ask you right out of the back, right out of the front here, right out of the gates, I should say. Here we go. Question number 1. Drake, Kendrick, or Jelly Roll?
I have to go Drake.
Drake? All right. Drake all day. Why Drake? He's so sad for himself. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It just sounds like he's complaining a lot.
I don't really like any of it. To be honest, I don't really listen to much of any Jelly Roll or Kendrick anymore, but Drake's old stuff is still good, you know what I mean?
So what are you listening to when you're training?
When I work out, I listen to like Travis Scott or just whatever play. I don't really have a certain thing, but like in the gym, I'm not even controlling the music. It's mostly like AC/DC and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear a lot of coaches love to play hard rock in the gym. I've talked to a couple coaches on the show, and they've said, yeah, I just always put hard rock in there. I go, you realize half the kids in there have no idea who's like singing those songs that you're playing. They're like, yeah, but it motivates them. They don't need to know. They just need to feel the beat. So I get that.
Well, half the time I forget it's even on, so I mean, it don't really matter to me.
All right, so you said you didn't watch football when you played it. You said you don't really watch UFC. If you could take one athlete from one sport and say, that's my favorite athlete from any sport on the planet, who is it and what sport do they play?
Bo Jackson.
Yes! Yes! Heck! Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh! All right, please tell me why you yes.
That dude, he could do it all. You know what I mean? Like, and it was so natural to him. You remember that video where he broke a bat over his head? Like
over his head.
Yeah.
Like a toothpick too. Like he didn't even struggle with it. It just happened. Look, if you've never seen the 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson, or if you have, please watch it again, because we forget how crazy this dude used, the feats of strength and athleticism that he made look normal on an everyday basis it was crazy. And he did it on the football field and on the baseball field. He ended Brian Bosworth's career by running that linebacker over on the goal line. Single-handedly ended his career. He was never the same after that. And I don't know if you know this, but Bo Jackson is the only athlete to ever get hip replacement surgery and then come back to play Major League Baseball.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was never the same. He played for the White Sox. He was never the same, but he was still competitive enough to be a Major League Baseball player after having a hip replacement. Some people can't even go up and down stairs after hip replacements. This dude's hitting home runs and running around bases. Just absolutely amazing. Bo Jackson, what a great answer, Seth. Oh, man, Bo Jackson. And Bo knows. Are you familiar with the commercials that were out then?
No, I never.
Oh, all right. So the whole campaign was Bo knows, and they just went through like every sport that Bo knows, and it was just like Bo knows racing, and he'd pull up in an F1 car and stuff like that. And I think at one point they ran out of sports, and it was like Bo knows macrame, and it's just like. But seriously, those commercials, look them up on YouTube. You'll enjoy the heck out of them. All right. Last time I asked you, what would be your desert island album? This time I'm going to ask you, what would be your desert island video game? They drop a computer or console or whatever on the island that you're sitting at, and you can only play one video game. That's your whole entertainment for the rest of your life. What's the game that you're dropping on the island with you?
All right. Can it be one that hasn't came out yet?
Yes, it can.
GTA 6.
All right. Yes, GTA 6. And they just said it's not going to come out for another year. Did you hear about that?
Yep.
They just keep delaying it. But this is the thing. If it comes out and it's fine, then I'm okay with them delaying it for a year. But if it comes out and it's another cyberpunk issue, I'm going to be pretty pissed off.
From what I've seen on the video, like everything moves, like the water, the liquid, everything. You know what I mean? It looks realistic. I mean, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, the one thing in the trailer that really got me was the reflection of the TV in the glass of the photographs that were on the table. Did you see that?
But I remember when walking out, the liquid was moving and all that. I thought.
It's crazy, right? It's amazing what technology is today, because when the first Tomb Raider came out, I was like, oh, graphics are never going to get better than this. Look at Lara Croft. She looks amazing. Oh, she's like lifelike. And it's not, we weren't even close to it. Special effects are just out of the ballpark right now. All right. Question number 5, and then I've got a bonus question for you. Question number 5. I asked you what your guilty pleasure TV show was last time. What's one of those movies? Like for me, it would have to be like 16 Candles, or like one of those movies that was kind of more like they would say it's a teen flick, but it was kind of more of a date flick, if you will. But do you have a guilty pleasure movie? Like a movie, one of my friends said the other day, he's like, hey man, don't tell anybody, but that Twilight series is really banging. And I was like, oh dude,
I really don't. See, I've watched all because my mom's into Twilight and Harry Potter and all that stuff, so I've watched all that. I mean, I don't really watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah, did you like Harry Potter? Are you excited for the new Harry Potter to come out after watching that with your mom?
Yeah, I saw. I didn't really get to reading it, but I saw like all the cast actors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a new TV show coming out, and they've just casted the young actors that will become the new Hermione, Ron, and of course Harry as well. So you got that going for you. All right, let's turn it back to something you're more familiar with. What is the best new combat sport? I'll give you a few of them: car jiu-jitsu, phone booth fighting, pillow fighting, and bare knuckle boxing, and of course any other new combat sport that you have in your mind. What's the best new one out there?
I don't know how people bare knuckle box. I don't.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Booth boxing would be pretty. I'd say car jiu-jitsu.
Car jiu-jitsu.
I mean, I don't know, but booth, was it booth boxing?
Phone booth boxing. The red phone booths that they have in London, they fight in one of those. It's crazy.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is. There's so many, and most of it takes place in like Russia, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Like them 5v5s that they have, like
yep.
5. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Battle Royal MMA that we've seen. And also, have you seen night fights with dudes dressed up like medieval knights with dulled swords? I mean, they're swords, but they're dulled fighting. Dude, those fights are very, very quick.
Yeah, they come. I saw some on Instagram, dirt bike soccer or something like that. I don't know. They just come up with stuff. I swear.
Yeah, that sounds like a broken leg. Like, just
Yeah.
seriously. Oh, dirt bike soccer. You broke your leg. Oh, that's the most common injury in dirt bike soccer. Go figure. You know, that's just my dad would have never let me play that sport. I'll tell you that much. All right, Seth. Hey, man, I really appreciate you coming back to check in and say hi. I wish you all the best. Please come back whenever you got your next opponent lined up. And you know what? Keep it real. Keep it clean down there in Arkansas and keep having some fun. I appreciate you, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
All right. And I appreciate you for being here. We've got one more interview around 6:15 Pacific. That's 9:15 Eastern. So be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud. Last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you can keep up with everything that we're doing here on the Logan Summit Show. We just dropped some new merch. We dropped the jab line of our merch. Get over there. I'm making merch for the fighters. So get on over there, check it out. We've got the Logan Summit Show. We've got the Everyone Loves a Good Fight, and now we've got the jab as well. So check out that merch. Get involved. And remember, till next time, everyone loves a good fight. Thanks again, Seth. We'll see you very soon.
Yes, sir.